in tax.
Akorabia o jubility bia ontime ye. Page number 41.
Okay. Of the budget statement.
With your permission, I read.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, we have abolished the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery.
Okay.
Otherwise known as the betting tax.
Okay. Semantics.
The evidence is very clear. And the evidence is that 10% withholding tax on lottery winnings. Anyhow.
Okay.
The whole betting tax and also a 10% betting tax.
Okay.
Okay. And yes, a year proposal of even gaming tax as well is in the Tax Act.
Okay.
But what you're saying. But the 10% withholding tax on winning from lottery, you implement it.
The former finance minister wants a betting tax.
A betting tax.
Okay.
Now, we are NDC for will put up an argument. Say, a betting tax no worker. Now, betting tax no come under the Income Tax Act.
Okay.
2023. Act 1093.
Okay.
Page 2 of the budget statement, which flows over to page 3. And someone waka and yema ye free ho the ye twem e homra a wodi to parliament ye nim ame ayen sakraye Income Tax Act income.
Okay.
Okay? Two things. Either say finance minister a young from so and no him not deliberate and now say obetum for good among for any.
By looking at his caliber,
neighbor,
his pedigree, any baby or Gina, obey some from so
and Tina make us say dear and from so dear it will be as okay. Yango one and from so the either say we young from so and now say any da home obey do but what you say anybody listening to me this evening I would a bet I to 10%. I was a finance minister at their co-parliament and that ye came nubiano and I'm saying that don't make any counter argument. The next point I want to establish is very clear. Says usu chamudia any act na the bet 10% betting tax in the buy-in a Income Tax Act 2023 at 1093 no. As I said, yeah. So anyone will become parliament and what listening now. Anyone will become Petroleum Management Act. As I said, call back to parliament. Infrastructure, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund Act. As I said, call back to parliament. Minerals Income Investment Fund Act. And in Sakrayana the budget need deep burning in ano. What the consequential laws now a woman as I say you know didn't Sakrayan ne koko yifri hono. One fan to parliament any. And to the other jubilate say you chemwa and no fan you chemwa and now say evidence must be in the budget statement. That's my point number 1. Number 2. And they say Yura Nana do danko kufuado pencil near say nabana you bloated. Just a nipa
hold on, no betting tax.
Thank you.
Because page 66 of the way he specifically made mention of the betting tax. Meaning say if he has any
and one media also on team as here. My establish two facts.
Okay.
Fact is that 1, 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery is different.
All right.
And a 10% betting tax is different. Okay. All
right.
Please, Beba. Let me make my submission. If you have counter, you can make it.
All right.
But I don't want you to interrupt. Just no, I don't need his help. Okay. I don't need your help. And tax and the correct and what is otherwise known as.
Okay.
In terms of English grammar, it is also very wrong.
All right.
Because ningina existing in our books. 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery. It exists in the books.
Yeah.
Gaming tax exists in the books.
Okay.
I think that's supposed to be about 20%. And then 10% betting tax is also existing in our law.
3 separate entities.
It's what to make us say this one otherwise known as this.
Okay.
That's even wrong.
Right.
And you said was see a framework number 1 wrong. Number 2, we betting tax a gaming commission and a regulator. Which any and offering is saying 10% withholding a gaming commission and 10% betting tax on this. That be with 10% better no withholding no not really there no and a bay of friend say it comes under Ministry of Finance. But what you say comes under Ministry of Finance because a National Lotteries Authority. And then we say no comes under Ministry of Interior.
Okay.
And then we say no comes under Ministry of Interior.
Okay.
You programming home. Then the next point I make woman is a comachino and they say complain near the two Danko Kufadus and say, oh, nay, presidency, Scar woman, you know, when you have some catwa. Now, 30 years, your friend is saying the second coming of John here, and I physical budgeting you spending on Jubilee House. 11.3 billion Ghana cedis, and the year cost for running the presidency under John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, the first year. Adodanko Akufo-Addo 2024 year, na ye 8.5 billion Ghana cedis. Under the lean government, we are spending 11.3 billion. Under the so-called Adodanko Akufo-Addo's bloated government, we are spending 8.5 billion. But compensation alone among for Ketia 2.7 billion under the lean government of John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. Adodanko Akufo-Addo 2024 327 million.
So how lean?
Yes.
How lean is the lean?
How lean is the lean? If it doesn't manifest in the finances, how lean is the lean? Communication. On my point, communication experts, communication consultant, communication advisor, and this is one. Communication, goods and services, which includes salaries and emoluments, 8 million Ghana cedis. And now capital expenditure 70 million Ghana cedis. Under communication 78 million Ghana cedis. Lean government.
They will tell us information affairs and department. Anything communication in Ghana is under them. So if they are spending,
has it changed? Has it changed? And for me, the answer is no. Research. I am of the view that research is important. What is it? 70 million into research. But it takes me to another point. Women's Bank, 50 million. Women's Bank, and your presidency go. Yeah, they targeting mano. Bank ayebie ebdiama mano monyeska dia yenyumano. 50 million.
I said it doesn't even meet the threshold of the
50
requirement of the banking sector.
That's another very important point we need to examine. So no muka so mo be bank ama mano. Bank pain no or muka ho asem. But so far as I'm concerned, won't mean train or manifesto no say bank. Now me catch am say savings and loans.
Okay.
Now I can say microfinance.
Okay. A bank is a bank.
Bank is a bank.
It must meet the requirement.
Either universal bank or development bank.
Right.
And this is women's development bank.
Yes.
And I can even throw away the concept of even universal bank. And when we come to the development banks, the minimum capital requirement is double.
Okay.
Look, I've taken my time to catch up with what friend is saying. Development bank. One more class 1 development bank, 800 million. One more class 2 development bank, 600 million. One more class 3 development bank, 300 million. One more class 4A development bank, both wholesale and retail, 1.2 billion. And then one more class 4B development bank, 800 million.
See, criteria you know about cooking home 15.
Now, 50 million yet. Now, presidency communication requires 78 million. Presidency research inquiry 70 million. Women Development Bank 50 million. No, come on, NDC, let's get serious. Let us really get serious. Now, development, Women's Development Bank, in principle, bring to me Kazumitia. In Japan.
Yeah.
And also, I do a full count. And you haven't got one man, anyhow. Okay? And using your platform to call on His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama to bring Sergeant Tamaklo to Ghana and making sure say we fancy what them. Agbablosi ase a mandatory ase. Ukra, I think 70 to 90 million. Yes, young coach Mamano, what you kill about some spelele, what Johnny also question who are here. One of whom I na sikana mamini wiana ya jeli na wo na wonya medem no kran say sikana don so che 50 million Ghana cedis so wo yo ba na ugina we so to aba can we say we say form it's a fact because the issue is that let us even understand what kind of development bank for women and on person deba enyan headquarters ewo enkrayana na enya regional banks ana and some yesadi bia ko district level ana 50 million. That's a joke. They've got to be serious and make sure they take women serious. After all, one of what deliver first female or friend is saying vice president for this country. My next point I want to make on the budget is the issue of the big push. Big push. Big push, now our manifesto promise $10 billion. $10 billion. Yeah. Big push. Yanuti to implement big push. Or divide it 10 by 4. Semimas in Kakra or mass teacher collaborate near friend. $2.5 billion. And I mean what? Now the Awadiasha budget no is $800 million. $800 million.
Far below.
Not even $1 billion. Because $1 billion would have given us about 15.5 billion Ghana cedis of 16 billion Ghana cedis. Please, this year that's why I need. That is why me in opposition, I need to put them on their toes.
Okay.
But what I say, look, when we are talking about, a friend is saying, manifesto and manifesto promise, and how are you going to deliver our promise? We've got to be serious. Share abaya kotu ye. One TNC abonti and kotu. They are over 7 million. 7 million. And when your phone somewhere you can't you have a transfer near your panel. You need to the microphone trouble. What I say? Let me give you some additional statistics. Now what we say 800 million. Any about 13 point something billion, not even 15 billion. They are showing budget. They are not addressing any big push.
They are not addressing.
They should take the big influence. Pushing the plans and you pushing so.
Small touch.
They are just trying to see if they can construct some roads.
Small touch.
But Georgia's here. Look, reports that I read, say Ghana ye infrastructure, road infrastructure deficit, sika ye here and sana ye close to gap with the Western world. Okay, it's about $111 billion. That's how much we need.
$111 billion.
Yes, that's how much we need. The entire Africa needs about 7 trillion road infrastructure. Ghana Ministry of Roads and Highways, one more financing gap. Just guy yanka fibia ninka ekeka the spending one etimi amaya timi affix road. It's about 20 billion. 20 billion per annum annual financing gap. I want to know. Now in the next 25 years, Senkiesi spend not less than 7.5% of your GDP. Professor, you can't if I GDP no GDP cry a base $76 billion cry. Near calculate or friend says 7.55. That is how we need in the next 25 years to fix our roads. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, second coming, big push. It doesn't do any road, whatsoever. Let me end with this point. CFA bitumen officer. Yes, quota. Na yede abono aguso no gravel one no. It cost between 450,000 Ghana cedis per kilometer to $450,000 to $600,000 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. Now the asphalt 1 kilometer